to see you. Today's practice is going to be for those of us who have a really busy day and want to feel like we got it in, and we got it in not a whole lot of time. So we're going to be doing a little bit of warm-up, a little bit of preparation, and then we're going to move through a variation of Sun Salutation B with the option to do a little bit of kicking up towards handstand. You don't have to kick all the way up. Little hops will be great for that. So we're going to jump right in. So please go ahead and start on your hands and knees. And find that good tabletop position, and then right away connecting to your core and moving with your breath. Inhale to open the front body, draw the shoulder blades back, and then as you exhale around your spine, lift your pelvic floor and scoop your tail. And just do that 2 more times. And 1 more. And then find neutral spine. And extend your right leg straight back behind you. And then extend your left arm straight out in front of you. And then point your right toes. So just right from where you are, you point your toes. And then you're going to squeeze the buttocks. Lift your bottom ribs up. Find this tabletop position. And as you inhale, lower the hand and the foot down. And as you exhale, lift them back up. And that's 3. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift your waistline as you lift up. 2. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift 1. Stay there for a breath. And lower the hand and the knee down. Then reach your left leg back. Reach your right arm forward. Point your toes. Firm the buttocks. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift 3. Try not to buckle at the waistline as you lift your arm and leg. 2. 1 more. Stay for an extra breath in. And then exhale, lower down. Curl your toes under. Pull back to your first down dog. Feel free to paddle out your heels if that feels good. Then come way up high onto your tippy toes, melt your heels down, press your thighs back. The heels don't have to touch. It's perfectly okay to keep the heels lifted, the knees bent, especially for the first one. Then you're gonna come to your tiptoes, pull your belly in and up, and then move like a wave forward into your high push-up position. Exhale, lower chaturanga. Inhale, coming up for air cobra dog. Squeeze your butt. Press your feet down, lift your chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold in half. Let's just do that 2 more times, getting into the backs of the legs, lifting your belly away from the floor. Exhale, bow in. 1 last time. Inhale, lengthen. Totally fine to do a little bend to your knees. Exhale, hands to your hips. Firm the shoulder blades onto your back. Press your head back in space. Come all the way up to stand. Take a moment to tuck in your shirt if needed. Inhale, reach the arms out, up and overhead. Exhale, lower all the way down to sit. Hold the backs of the thighs to start. Lift your toes in line with your eyes. So getting a little bit more connection to the core here. Draw your low belly in and up. Press your legs against your hands. And option to straighten the legs if that feels okay for you. Reach the arms out. And then just teeny tiny pulses here. Inhale, lower down just a little bit. Exhale, lift up a little bit. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. 1 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Bend your knees. Use your hands if you need to. Back to stand. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, just walk it back to downward facing dog. Nothing fancy to start. Lift your right leg. And then step your right foot through to lunge. Hands can come onto blocks if you have them, or books. You're just going to straighten and bend the right leg a few times. So getting the hamstrings a little bit more pliable here with this movement. Dynamic stretching, moving with your breath. 1 more time. Bend your back knee down. Firm the buttock of the back leg, and then kick your heel to your sitting bone. Little twist. Grab your foot if you can. Couple of breaths here. One more breath. And let it go. And step it back to downward facing dog. Lift your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot through to lunge. And then a few times to bend and straighten your front leg. One more. And then lowering your back knee down. Find that twisted thigh stretch. So all the while you're keeping the connection to the core. Draw the ribs in. Keep the shoulder blade on the back. Doesn't have to be a big dramatic thigh stretch. We're just getting started. And then let that go. Step back to downward facing dog. Inhale through to plank pose. Firm the buttocks. Hug the legs towards each other. Push the floor away and draw the bottom ribs to the sky. Just going to do a few breaths here. 2 more. 1 more breath. And lower all the way down. Flip over onto your back, please. And we're going to do a little bit to open the hamstrings a little bit more. We need some good hamstring length if we want to kick up. So extend the right leg to the sky. Interlace your hands behind your thigh or your calf. And then straighten your left leg on the floor. You can do some ankle circles. And then the leg that's on the floor is really important too. You got to press that leg down into the ground. Just a few more breaths here. And then we'll simply switch the legs. Bring the left leg in. And do those ankle rolls on this side as well. And a couple more breaths. And the leg that's on the floor, remember to press that down into the ground. Lots of length through the side body. One more breath here. Bend both knees into your chest. Interlace your hands together behind your head, and then curl the head and shoulders up, and then go ahead and split your legs, right? So that left leg is going to hover just above the floor, and you're going to do little pulses. You can maybe even reach towards that top foot. Short, sharp exhales as you lift. 8, 7, you got it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Push the ceiling away on 1. Lift your left leg up. Lower your right leg down. 2 sets of 8. Short, sharp exhales. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more set. 7, 6, 5. Reach for your foot. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift both feet up. And pushing up here for 8, 7, 6. You got it. 5, 4 strong legs. 3, 2, 1 more set. Reach for the feet. Pause at the top. Lower the legs. Lower the arms all the way down, and then stretch. Exhale, float your arms down by your sides, bend your knees, and flip over onto your belly. Bring your hands to the floor by your heart. Firm the buttocks, press the feet down. Inhale, come up for air. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, shorten your stance just a little bit. Come to your tiptoes, bend your knees, and then just practice rocking your weight forward and back, forward and back. And then you're going to take little hops. And hopping all the way up to the top of your mat. Inhale, lengthen. Heel toe the feet about hips distance apart. You can reach for your shins, your ankles, or your big toes. Exhale, bend the elbows wide. Draw the shoulder blades up the back. And fold. Few breaths here. One more breath. Push the legs away. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, float your hands up to your hips, and then inhale, come all the way up to stand. Adjust your shirt as needed. Step your feet up to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach the arms out, up, and overhead. Exhale, fold. Heart leads the way. Hinge from the hips. Bow in. Inhale, lengthen. Here we go. Exhale, walker, hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, come up for air. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot up, spin the back foot flat, warrior one. Front thigh parallel-ish to the floor. Nice big breath in. Exhale, hands to the ground. Lift your back heel. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip. Exhale, step that right foot about halfway up your mat. Here's where all that hamstring length is going to come in handy. You're going to lift your left leg to the sky and then do tiny little hops here. Tiny little hops. 3 more. If you happen to catch a little hang time, work on bringing the right foot up to meet the left foot, and then chaturanga. Inhale, come up for air. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot to the sky. Exhale, step it through, ground the back foot. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down. Lift your back heel, down dog split. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. And then exhale, step your left foot about halfway up your mat. Look to the space between the hands, reach your right leg up. And then take 5 of those little hops. 2. Last one. And then chaturanga. Inhale, come up for air. Exhale, downward facing dog. Few breaths here, or you can lower your forearms down for dolphin pose. One more breath. If you're in dolphin, look to the space between the hands, push the arms straight, and then walk, step, or hop up to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bow in. Inhale, sit low, reach high. Exhale, hands to heart. Little twist to the right. Hook your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Option to spread the arms apart here. One more breath here. Inhale, unwind. Come slightly out of your hot seat. Exhale, sit low. Twist to the other side. One more breath here. And then inhale, unwind. Come slightly out of your hot seat. Exhale, chest to thighs. Interlace your hands together behind you. Let your head be heavy. Push the legs as straight as feels reasonable. One more breath here. Inhale, hands to the floor, halfway lift. Step back and lower, or hop back, land with elbows bent. Chaturanga. Inhale, coming up for air. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, step the right foot up, spin the back foot flat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to the floor. Lift your back heel, back to down dog split. Nice breath in. Look to the space between the hands. Exhale, bend the knee, open it up. Now pivot to the outer left foot and start to flip your way around. Hover the right foot up off the floor. Hover the right foot up off the floor. Curl back around your left shoulder blade. Hover. Stay in your core here. And then right hand to the floor. Step your right foot halfway up your mat. Lift your left leg to the sky. 5 little hops. Two more. One more. Move through that joining vinyasa. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step the left foot up. Spin the back foot flat. Inhale, coming up, warrior one. Exhale, hands down. Lift your back heel. Sweep your left leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open it up. Go slow. Pivot to the outer right foot. Hover your left foot above the floor. Curl back around your shoulder blade. Lean back, head back. Heart up. Press into the feet. Lift your hips. One more breath. Slowly back around. Step your left foot halfway up your mat. Reach your right leg to the sky. 5 little hops here. And if you catch that air time, feel free to hang out in your handstand. Forearms to the floor or breathe in down dog. Now, if you're in dolphin pose, tiptoe your feet in, lift your right leg up. I'm just working here. Lower your right foot down and lift your left foot up. Lower your left foot down and then walk your feet back so you're in forearm plank, and maybe walk your forearms forward if you need to. Just 5 breaths here. One more breath. Slowly lower down. Rest for a moment. Take a big breath in. Long breath out. Slide your hands back by your heart. Inhale, come up for air. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot in between your hands. Spin your back foot flat. This time push your front leg straight. Wrap your right sitting bone towards your back foot. You can bring your hand directly onto your foot or your ankle. Take your right hand to your hips. Square your hips, create a lot of length and space. And then just like you did for twisted chair, start to turn to the right. Option to reach your right arm to the sky for the last 3 breaths. So I really like this variation of the hand on top of the foot. I find it really stabilizing. Inhale, unwind. Right leg to the sky. Bend the knee, open the hip. This time you are going to flip it all the way over. Press your foot into the floor. Curl back. Reach up. Another breath here. Slowly turn it back around. Reach your right leg to the sky. And again, 5 more little hops. Or sometimes that happens. Coming up for air. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left foot through. Hop the back foot slightly closer. Front leg straight. Right hand on top of the left foot. Square the pelvis, lengthen through the spine, and then start to rotate. Option to extend the arm up. Last 3 breaths. Inhale to unwind. Exhale, left leg to the sky, bend the knee, open the hip, take your time, flipping it over. Wild thing, curl around your shoulder blade. Slowly turn it back around. Step your left foot halfway up your mat. Reach your right leg to the sky, 5 little hops. And then joining vinyasa. Inhale through to plank pose. Exhale over all the way down. Bend your knees. Reach back for your feet. If this feels too much, if this feels like too much for your lower back, let go of your ankles. Squeeze the buttocks. Lift your chest, do the unbound variation. One more breath. Exhale, lower down. Hands to the floor. Push up to tabletop. Slide your right leg through. Please do not use your hand to move your foot forward. Slide your right leg through. If you'd like more space between your legs for pigeon pose, walk your left knee back. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Walk your hands back, lift your chest. Work here, or firm the left buttock, bend the knee, and then reach back for your foot. Thigh stretch. Next breath in, let that go. Stepping back to table. Bring your left foot, left knee through. Hug the legs towards each other, lift up. Pigeon thigh stretch. Firm the buttock of the back leg. Relax the jaw. Breathe into the opening. 2 more breaths. Inhale, let that go. Step it back to tabletop once again. Take the knees a little bit wider apart, the hands a little further forward and a little wider apart, heart melting pose. So you can rest your forehead down. If you feel like you've got more opening, bring your heart down. Lift your armpits up, broaden through the chest and the shoulders. And then snake forward onto your belly and flip over onto your back. Cross the right leg all the way over the left. Draw both knees into your chest to reach for opposite shins or ankles. Soften your belly here, lengthen your exhales. Start to let go energetically. Let go of the effort, let go of the thought. Untangle the legs. Switch the cross of the legs. Draw in and then reach for opposite shins or ankles. Start to really slow down your breathing. Focus on making your exhales longer. And then let that go. Bring your feet to the floor, hips distance apart. Bend the elbows, lifting up for bridge pose. And then lowering down, moving with your breath. You can inhale to lift and exhale to lower. And we'll do that one more time. Lift and stay here. You can hold on to the outer edges of your mat if you'd like. Tiny bend to the elbows. Press your arms down, pull your hands apart. Notice where the weight is falling in your feet. One more breath here. Okay, let go and lower down. Go ahead and just let your knees sway a little bit from side to side. And coming back to center, draw the knees in towards your chest and then just circle the legs a little bit in one direction. And then go 2 circles in the opposite direction. And then come to center. Big breath in, big sigh out. Lengthen the legs about mat's distance apart. Gentle tuck of the shoulder blades underneath you. And let yourself rest in Shavasana. Letting go even more. Letting go about your thoughts about the practice, your judgments about your practice. Let go of any controlled breath. Let go of any tension in your face. Any tension in your belly, soft belly. Release the jaw, the eyes. Feel the eyes become heavier. The arms and legs become heavier, everything heavy, relaxed into the earth. Just notice how you feel after that practice. Ideally, we would be here for longer. Those of us that need to get back to the day, just take a moment to honor your effort. And then take a deeper breath in. Pause at the top, sniff in a little bit more air. And sigh it out. And wiggle the fingers and toes. Make your way onto your side and then up to sit. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for practicing today. Namaste.